Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 9th of November going through until Sunday the 15th of November 2020. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I've had a look at what the planets are doing up in the sky, and I'm going to give you a day-by-day rundown of what is going on, what energy they create for all of us down here on planet Earth, and how you can use that to your advantage this week. The main thing that kept jumping out at me again and again and again is the theme of control and optimism. So you get a lot of power this week, and it really encourages you to expand and to do more things in your life. So let me go through each day, starting with Monday the 9th of November. We've got the moon going into Virgo at 1:31 in the afternoon. Now the moon is that part of you that has to do with your intuition, your gut feeling, what gives you a natural sense of, oh, this is comfortable, this is easy, I'm home. And Virgo can be associated with the nurse. It's the sign of the zodiac that has to do with sorting the good from the bad, being of service to other people, and doing that with a sense of self. So it's not completely selfless as in I'm here to take care of everyone else. It's really I'm the one that sees what is going on. I'm able to make good decisions on someone else's behalf, and it's my duty to help and to support. So it's quite a serious energy. It means that you're diligent, you take things quite seriously. So with the moon in Virgo, it's important not to sweat the small stuff and to lighten up a little bit. The Virgo moon then trines Uranus and Taurus, so it forms a harmonious relationship with the planet of rebellion and eccentricity in Taurus. It's the sign of the bull, and it's in control of the physical world. So Uranus and Taurus are kind of a contradiction, because Uranus is the uncontrollable and the miraculous and the unexpected, and Taurus is my food, my weight, my money, let's control everything that we can touch. So unexpected things in a practical way, especially when you use your powers of perception to make sense of things, you may get a miraculous and unexpected result. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is actually in the sign that she rules, Libra. So Venus is really happy and able to connect, and you will find that you love to connect with other people and communication is really easy. It opposes Mars in Aries, so Mars is also in the sign that it rules. Mars is the male principle, rules Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, the ram, and Libra rules Venus, rules Libra, and Libra is the seventh sign of the zodiac. It's a cardinal sign, so it's also about taking charge, and it's the male and female literally 180 away from each other. So there's real duality and balance in this day, which works in your favor. So Venus opposes Mars, and the Sun in Scorpio, so your identity in Scorpio, very connected with your feelings and what you like and what you want and what works for you. That forms a trine with the water planet Neptune in Pisces, so that you have access to this whole ocean of your own feelings. So what's going on with you and what you're experiencing is not going to be a mystery to you. You'll feel that very strongly. And because of all that, Monday the 9th of November, you understand things, or you start to see the pattern and the meaning in things that were beyond your comprehension before. So you have a eureka moment and discover the solution to a problem. So make sure that you focus on finding the solution to certain problems in your life, because you'll get the answer here on Monday the 9th. It can also be an amazing day for relationships, where you can really get on the same page with someone else, or you can start some sort of shared project, or feel like there's shared purpose in what you're doing with another person. Anything that involves you kind of working in tandem with someone else is a good idea. You can really get a lot done as a team, and you can really start to see someone else's perspective and their way of life, and someone else can also teach you how to live more effectively. You know, when you meet someone who's got a totally different lifestyle and you've never met anyone who lives like this, and it just opens your eyes that that's how you can exist here on planet Earth. That's really a gift that's invaluable and priceless, because then you can alter your whole life as a result. On Tuesday the 10th of November, we've got the moon still in Virgo, so remember that you are focusing on little things and taking them very seriously. So if you found one woodlouse in your house and because of that you freak out and it's disgusting and you don't want to live there anymore and you put your place on the market. That's an overreaction, okay? It's too much. It opposes Neptune in Pisces, so it may feel somewhat difficult that life isn't what you wanted it to be, or the fantasy is far more interesting than the reality. So there may be a discrepancy in the way you feel or the way you view things in here and the way they actually are, and you may feel somewhat dissatisfied with that. So just be aware of that, and again, do something nice for yourself. If that's like going from seeing color to seeing in black and white, it's a bit of an anticlimax. It's like, oh. So just be kind to yourself with that. We've also got the moon forming a sextile with the sun in Scorpio, so the color as such, the intensity comes via your feelings and what's going on in here. And it also trines the lucky planet Jupiter and the planet of the underworld and rebirth and death and transformation, Pluto, also known as Hades, and that's in Capricorn. So it's similar to the moon we had at Halloween, where there's a strong link between what's going on in here and what you manifest as a result. So on Tuesday, you're incredibly perceptive with this Virgo moon, and your problem-solving skills are through the roof. So not only do you see things and you're able to make sense of them and understand them very clearly, you also know what to do about those things and how to take action to overcome any problems that you've got. So problem-solving skills, troubleshooting, you get an A star, A plus for that. Tackle anything unresolved in your life or revisit anything that seemed too much for you in the past. You'll really be able to handle it on Tuesday. And again, what really helps you with that is you have new insights, new understanding, and it's like the key in a door, and it unlocks some of these problems that you may have had. And it's really, knowledge is power in this case, because once you understand what the problem is, you're really able to solve it. So Monday, Tuesday are amazing days for anyone who's kind of tried something in life a couple of times and it's just not worked out, and you failed again and again and again, and you don't know why. It's interesting, you know, because when we get to a certain point in our lives, let's say 40, 50, 60, and let's say relationships haven't worked for you, or jobs haven't worked for you, or health and transforming your body through exercise hasn't worked for you. And you've tried different things and it's just not worked. By the time you get to those ages, you're like, well, maybe that's not destined for me. And the message I'm getting is that it's really important to revisit those things and to say, if I have the desire to do something in this field, in this area, then something amazing is destined for me, and I just haven't found the right format yet. It's not about giving up, it's about trying again and continuing to have faith that this is something that's meant for me, that's positive. Even though it hasn't worked for many, many years, I'm going to keep trying, I'm going to keep honoring my desire to bring this into my life. If I didn't have the desire, I wouldn't be meant to be doing it, okay? Next, we've got Wednesday, the 11th of November. We've got the moon going into Libra at 11 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. So the moon in Libra now goes into an air sign. It's not so much focused on the minutiae, the details of everything. It's more interested in fairness, in balance, in justice, in connection, in communication, in the way things look, in beautiful moments and experiences. It's really focused on getting out of the self rather than really analyzing the self. So the perspective changes from here to further away. So the world expands immediately with the shift in the moon on Wednesday. The Libra moon then opposes Chiron in Aries, so the wounded healer, in the sign of the ram, saying let's go and do things, let's make changes. So there's a feeling of impulsiveness here. It quincunxes Uranus and Taurus, so that's great. It gives you this sense of optimism that, hey, anything can happen. I really can do things in my life which will affect change. So it gives you a sense of excitement and enthusiasm and newness, and this belief that new things are possible. Venus in Libra, really happy still to be in the sign that it rules. It loves love, it loves other people, it sees the best in people. That quincunxes Neptune in Pisces. And that's interesting because Venus is the personal planet of love and beauty. Neptune is like the higher octave of Venus. Neptune is like the planet of love and beauty on a global level, on a generational level. Okay? So those two are like almost too much of a good thing, and we're taking off into fantasy land here and we're leaving all common sense behind. That's where the moon in Libra kind of saves things. And with that placement, your mood will really level out on Wednesday. And it's really a nice time to relax and to socialize because you see the best in other people and you see the best in life, and you just have this ability to look at the positives. It's a great day to spend with other people, whether you're working on something or you're just hanging out. You may find that someone else in your life has a connection or experience that will help you. So a connection to a job or an experience that gives meaning to something you've experienced and you can't quite make sense of. It's important to reach out to connect with other people. It's really going to offer you the solution. So the problem solving aspect, Monday, Tuesday is ideal to really make sense of things for yourself. From Wednesday on, it's important to connect with other people to get that meaning and to do things in the context of you and other people and how it influences you and affects you. It's much easier to see that. You have the bigger perspective rather than Monday, Tuesday, where you're focused on the minutiae, the details. On Thursday, the 12th of November, the moon is in Libra still, and it opposes Mars in Aries. So Mars is the soldier, the red planet, and it rules Aries, and it says, my will, what I want now. I wanted this done yesterday. Me, I self me. And the Libra moon is about connection, so there's a nice balance in that. Mars was retrograde for the last kind of 6 weeks. And Mars is personal drive and its desire. Yes, I was just checking. On Friday, the 13th of November, Mars goes direct, okay? So Thursday is the last day where Mars appears to be going backwards. And when Mars is in retrograde, it's much more difficult to get motivated and to be self-sufficient and to kind of give yourself the pep talk and to feel that sense of fire and burning. So with this on the last day, still in retrograde, and it opposes Libra, Libra is going to overpower this sense of the self. So you are able to balance your will with the will and needs of other people. So you're considerate here on Thursday the 12th. The Libra moon also quincunxes Uranus and Taurus. So connections can have miraculous and unforeseen results. Neptune in Pisces, so anything beyond your wildest dreams really. It connects Venus in Libra. So we've got more balance and not just a sense of ease and a sense of this is what works for me, connecting with other people and communicating. It's something that you love to do. So you become really expressive and balanced, and yeah, your mood stabilizes and you see things for what they really are. So it's a time to make good decisions. It squares Pluto and Jupiter in Capricorn. So you can have really huge, unexpected changes in your working life or in your daily circumstances that really transform things for the better. Jupiter in Capricorn actually conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. So these two outer planets, Jupiter, good luck, good fortune, growth, and Pluto, total transformation, total change, they sit on top of each other. And that happens rarely. This is the last time that happens this year. And it can really, really signal major change in your world. So working in a different office building, or starting a whole new job, or having a completely different routine, and really changing the way you live. And the amazing thing about this energy on Thursday is that it gives you the faith and the confidence to do that, even if you don't know what it looks like. So if you decide to change your way of living, so instead of playing computer games all day, you decide to exercise, it may feel really difficult and unpleasant to begin with, but this kind of energy gives you the motivation and the power to keep pushing through until it's something that becomes more palatable and becomes part of your routine and becomes something that you can continue to do consistently. So on Thursday the 12th, you can change your working life circumstances or your daily routine by reaching out to someone and presenting your ideas or giving instructions if you're working with someone new. It's a great day to go over detailed information and to discuss it in a kind of team setting. Regular work could have an unexpected and surprising outcome, and the more people you involve and the more opportunities for other people's opinions and ideas and brainstorming, the better. It's a real melting pot of good ideas and unexpected positive results as a result of that kind of brainstorming session and giving other people the opportunity to shine and to speak up. Friday the 13th of November, we've got the moon going into Scorpio at 4:20 in the afternoon. So the moon is in a water sign, Scorpio again now. It's Friday the 13th, so it's very on brand. The moon in Scorpio is about the occult and the unseen. Friday the 13th, we'll probably have some horror films on TV. The moon in Scorpio is very sensitive. It's unlike Libra, it's not so focused on balance here like this. It's about understanding of what's really going on beneath the surface. It's removing the surface level and getting to the truth. That's what the moon in Scorpio is interested in. So your level of understanding and tuning in really deepens on Friday the 13th. The Scorpio moon then conjunct, so it sits on top of the communication planet Mercury in Scorpio. So that makes you incredibly intuitive and psychic and tuned into the higher realms and the spiritual kind of frequencies. So music, meditation, sound healing, those are things that you really resonate with and that start to kind of show up on your grid. The Scorpio moon opposes Uranus and Taurus. So that's interesting because it's almost like what you're feeling and what you want is mitigated by this opposition. Not everything that you say and think and believe is going to manifest instantly. And it quincunxes Chiron in Aries. So the desire to act is supported because on Friday the 13th, Mars, the planet of desire and what you want and masculinity and building and strength, it goes direct, so it moves forward again, or it appears to move forward again. And your desires, your ambitions, your goals, your projects, the things that you're setting, your desire, loads of things, your desire to compete, all of that kind of wakes up again. It's like it comes out of hibernation and you feel that heat and that ability to really focus and to get on with something. So on Friday the 13th, you understand things more intuitively because of the moon in Scorpio. You don't need to have things explained. You just feel them on an intuitive level and you naturally align with your gut feeling. So if your higher self is telling you something, don't dismiss it. Listen to that guidance. It's likely to be on point. If you receive information that you immediately want to do something about, so if you get a phone call, a letter, or you discover something, it's like, I've got to do something with this info. Make sure that you check your sources first and that you're acting on good information and that you're not going off in the wrong direction completely. Don't rush into signing anything today. It's almost like it's too much of a good thing. You become so motivated and you only see the good in other things that you kind of assume that they'll work out and you're like, let's just get going. The important thing is to keep things moving or to get things moving. No, the important thing is also to get things moving once you've thought them through properly and looked at all the angles and made sure everything is as it should be, and then starting off. So kind of cool your engines a little bit and don't rush into things. If you find yourself doing things kind of on the fly and kind of cutting corners, step back, take a breath and say, is this really that urgent or can I look at this another time? On Saturday the 14th of November, we've got the moon in Scorpio still, and that opposes Uranus and Taurus. So you've still got that buffer between what it is you feel immediately becoming something real and manifesting. But the moon also sextiles Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, and Jupiter, the lucky planet in Capricorn, and it quincunxes Mars in Aries. So what's interesting is that you're able to really see the practical steps today, and you're able to make major changes, but it is as a result of something that you've thought about for a while, that you've dreamed about, that you've wanted to move ahead with. So this is a great day where you feel something that you haven't acted on, that's still a desire, kind of reawaken and get like a breath of new. It gets a second wind. It gets a new life. It kind of springs back into action here internally, and you have this desire to do something in a certain area of your life. It doesn't feel like a whim. It's not super urgent. It comes from somewhere much older, somewhere that feels familiar, and that asks you to revisit this. So if anything like that comes up, honor that. It's something important. The Sun in Scorpio sextiles the outer planets Pluto, transformation, and Jupiter in Capricorn. So we've got a lot of the outer planets feeding into this today and this week, more than usual. And especially Pluto and Jupiter, that can be real major change in your life and in a tangible physical way that you notice. So driving to work or working from home or working in a giant building or in a little cottage. It's really the circumstances of what your life looks like, and that can change for the better. So on Saturday, the important thing, first of all, is that your willpower really returns and you're able to set new goals and or to get control of your life. So if your life is out of control, you'll find you have the presence of mind to say, these are the practical steps I need to take. Or if you're in control of your life, but you've hit a plateau and you're not really aiming for anything, you find it easy to set new goals. And that's really Mars in Aries direct now, bringing that fire back into your life. Working with other people is going to feel slightly more difficult on Saturday. So doing it earlier in the week, especially during the Libra season, is important and much easier. And the reason it's more difficult on Saturday is because you know exactly what it is you want, and anything that deviates from that is going to be problematic for you. Whereas earlier in the week, you're a bit more laissez-faire and you're more accepting of other people's way of doing things. So on Saturday, avoid being overbearing and remember that other people do things in their own way, and that that's okay, and that you don't need to micromanage and focus on everything that other people are doing. Instead, focus on what you can control that's really going to serve and support you on Saturday. On Sunday, the 15th of November, we've got the new moon in Scorpio at 8 minutes past 5 in the morning. So I'll make a separate video on the new moon. The new moon is when the moon is pitch black, and it's a time to set new goals. So that works really well with the Mars energy because it's asking you to kind of set new goals, to do exactly that. So they work hand in hand, and that works really well. And Scorpio means that you have access to this whole ocean of your own feelings. So you can really check what it is you're supposed to be doing. Make sure you don't overwhelm yourself, and to set 1 or 2 or 3 goals at most, not to fix your whole life in 1 second. The moon moves into Sagittarius later in the day at 3:48 in the afternoon. So the moon in Sagittarius is now very focused on the outside world and the future and expanding and exiting the self and connecting with other people. It trines Chiron in Aries, so it brings lots of fire into the chart, and it quincunxes Uranus in Taurus. So now your actions can have real significant consequences. Venus is in Libra, and it squares Pluto and Jupiter in Capricorn. So we're really talking about change on a really big level in your life, and the main themes are control and optimism. So the fact that you feel like you're able to tweak your life and to alter your circumstances gives you a boost that motivates you in itself, and that fires you up even more to make more changes. So it kind of works hand in hand, and it's a really positive time where you look at things with an optimistic kind of positive perspective. You're not saying, oh, okay, that failed 5 times, so it's definitely going to fail again the 6th time. No, you understand what you need to do differently so that things will succeed. You are consistent and you have resilience, and the reason you're wanting and you're continuing to push to get something to work because you believe in it and you care in it, and that's good enough. And you're going to try again, and it's very likely that you're going to succeed again because of that positive outlook and the guidance that you get in the sense of these are the practical things you have to do. And that can really make a huge shift in your life that is really out of character. You're able to overcome a personal limitation once and for all. So that's what I get for you in the coming week. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, just click on book your reading to order your reading with me. I use astrology, tarot, numerology, and my intuition in my personal readings. So if you're at a crossroads or you have decisions to make or you want some guidance in terms of your life purpose, why you're here, what you're supposed to be doing, what your talents are when it comes to career, or what's destined for you in love or travel or health. If you have any questions at all, just get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you next week.